मैम ये कौन सी क्लास है? विच सेशन इट इज, लाइक सेकंड, थर्ड और?
All right, so let's begin. Yesterday we were talking about the basics of Git, right? Like working directory, staging area, and local repository. These are the things we were talking about. And these are the two files we have created. And we have seen adding the file and all, right? Modifying a file, creating a new file, adding it using git add command, git commit command. These are the things we have seen yesterday. Today, let's get into a few more interesting scenarios. I believe all can see the screen and hear me. So let's get started. Suppose I would like to make some changes to this file. Let's say I'm going to make changes to file 1. Git status, if you see, changes not staged for commit. Like it says that changes are not staged. So what you should do, like I made some changes to the file. Where is the change? Where are those modifications? Modifications are in the working directory, right? Means unstaged changes. To see the unstaged changes of the file, git diff file1 will show you unstaged changes of the file. If you see here, right, it will show you unstaged changes of the file. Is this file having any staged changes? Staged changes will be seen with the staged flag. They were not staged. They were all committed and everything present in the local repository, right? Unstaged changes can be seen with a diff command. So also when you see the status, it says changes not staged, unstaged. So how to stage the changes? What should we do? How to stage the changes? How to stage the changes? Yes, anyone? Git add file name will help you stage the changes, right? Now at this point, yes, changes were staged. And do you think are there any unstaged changes now on this file? No unstaged changes, right? Because we just staged them. Perfect. Now there were no unstaged changes. So git diff file name is not showing anything, and git diff staged flag will show you staged changes. Right? These are the staged changes. Now, if you want to commit, you can do git commit -m demo file. Right? So perfect. Are we clear with what we have done? Git diff command and git diff staged command will show you unstaged and staged changes respectively. Now, let's say I just want to make modifications to this file again, file 1, let's say file 1, and I'm going to add some line. Right? So I have made some changes. Now tell me, is this file having unstaged changes or not?
Yes.
Right? So git diff file 1 will show you unstaged changes. At this point of time, is this file having staged changes? No, right? So it will show you this way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify this file again. Or else let me do one thing. Git status, there were unstaged changes. Let me add this. So it would be having only staged changes now. No unstaged changes because I have staged it. Now I am modifying this again. Modifying this again. Now tell me, is this having unstaged changes or not? See the last line, right, is unstaged, and also it will be having some, sorry, it is showing staged changes. Till welcome it was staged, that's what it was showing, and unstaged changes. The last line, India is unstaged, right? Means the same file is having some changes staged and some changes unstaged. Got the difference, everyone? Right? Because after making some changes, I have staged it. Later on, I again modify it. So the file is having both staged and unstaged changes. At this point, if you see the status, it would be shown, the same file be shown as changes to be committed means where are the changes? Staging area. Changes to be committed. I mean, changes not staged means they were in the working directory. So at the same time, it was showing changes of both staged and unstaged. At this point, you don't need to confuse. Changes to be committed means it's in the staging area. Changes not staged means it's in the working directory. Same file is shown under both staged and unstaged area. This could be the simple reason. After making some changes, we have staged it. Right? Then again, we made modifications, which is unstaged. So that's the use case where you may see the same file under both the areas. Is this much clear, everyone? Understood the simple use case? Any questions?
Yeah, can you please repeat it once? I'm not able to get it.
Okay, we made some changes to this file, right? File 1, right? At that point of time, when you make some changes to the already existing file, the new line would be in the working directory, isn't it? Let me repeat this with the commands. I'm just adding them. Here, if you see, file 1. I'm making some changes. Now tell me, where is this file having unstaged changes or not?
Yeah.
Unstaged changes will be seen with git diff command, right? The last line is unstaged. Now I am staging it. I have staged it. Is this still having unstaged changes? No unstaged changes, right? Just now I have staged it, but it is having staged changes. Staged changes can be seen with staged flag. Is this much clear? Scenario till this much, is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, this much is clear. Now I am again modifying. Already this file is having some staged changes in the staging area. Now I am again modifying this file. Okay, now is this having unstaged changes or not? Just now I modified the file. That change is unstaged only, right? It's in the working directory. The last line, hello, is unstaged. Git diff is showing you. And some changes were staged. Till good day it was staged. Correct? The file is having some changes in the staging area, some in the working directory. Got it now? Any questions here? When you edit the file, you have the changes unstaged. Later on, I added this to staging area. Right now, the changes are staged. Later on, I'm modifying this file again. Again, these changes were unstaged, right? Means at this point, this file is having both staged and unstaged. It is having this line staged, but after it, you made few more modifications. It's having both staged and unstaged. May I know which is confusing, which part is confusing here? This is the sequence. Edited the file, which is unstaged, staged it. Later on, I made few more changes. Those are still unstaged. Are we clear with this or still questions or confusions on this?
Yeah, hi Preeti. Actually, I got this scenario.
Louder,
But
please. Your voice is very low.
hello, am I audible now?
Yes, now it's, yeah.
Actually, I was not there in the class yesterday, so can you brief in the short what you have done in yesterday's class?
We were talking about working directory, staging area, and local repository. How to move the changes from working directory to staging area and to local repository. Git
Okay,
architecture and all.
about Git only, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. I got this scenario also.
Yeah. So this is the thing. So that's what when you do at this point, like it is having after this 3 steps, when you do git diff file name, yes, it will be having some unstaged changes because third step is having unstaged changes. When you do git diff staged flag, it is also having staged changes. Like it will show you changes, whatever you made till step 2. That's what I'm showing here. I believe this should be clear for you all now. Git diff stage. It's having both, right? So at this point, because it's having both staged and unstaged changes, if you see the status, it can be seen in changes to be committed. Changes to be committed means it's in the staging area. Changes not staged means it's in the working directory. Same file, file 1 is shown under working directory, staging area and in the working directory. Same file is shown under working directory and staging area. This could be the scenario. At this point of time, what you should do, you can add and commit, or else you can do it with a single command this way. Are we good and clear with this? Understood?
Yes.
Just give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm back. So this is the simple use case to see these changes, right? Simple diff commands. And if you notice, till now we were creating the files, we were modifying the files. Shall we look at removing this file? Isn't it? There could be scenarios where you have to delete these files as well, right? So let us try to delete some file using git rm. Git rm will help you delete the file. So I'm doing git rm file name. If you see that, there is no file 1. And like I said yesterday, Git works with respect to changes. Change could be creating a file, change could be deleting a file, right? So whenever you make some change like deletion, it changes to be committed. That's what it was saying. So commit the changes, like deleted the file. And you can see that, yes, the file is gone, right? And if you notice this file 1 is removed both from working directory and local repository, correct? But there could be use case where you want to delete the file only in the local repository, but you want to keep it in the working directory. Meaning I have this file 1, file 2 here, right? I just want to keep this here, but remove it from local repository, right? So before doing that, I just want to create one more file. For example, this is how we are using Vim editor and create the file, or else you can use touch to create the file from the CLI, or else you can go to GUI and create it, right? I'm using now touch command file3 to create the file. So this is the file we have. See, I'm just using a notepad kind of or Vim editor. There is also a better editor you can use. Let me show you editor, a better editor which you can use, which is nothing but VS Code editor. Just go. It's not mandatory, but a good editor which can help you. VS Code editor. You can just go to VS Code download and download this. It works on Mac, Linux, and Windows as well. See, according to your operating system, you can download and launch it. See, once you install this, this is how it look like. Means you may edit the files using Notepad or CLI editor or Notepad++. There are different editors, right? This is also one with a lot of better features. So just go to file menu, open your Git demo folder. It would be very much convenient and helpful. See, you can see the folder here, right? The file. It will also show you like U means unstaged. I just have created it, right? All of these advantages are there. You can also launch your terminal here itself rather than opening another window. This would be more convenient for you in real time as well. So I have got the file. Let me add something and save it. You can run the commands. It means you just launch your terminal here. So git status is showing us file 3. Now you can do git add file 3, git status. Right? Right? Can you see that? Your file 3 is shown here. Now, if you see the status, you can see changes to be committed. Now, what I will do, git commit minus AM file 3. Just adding a new file, that's all. Right? You can see like here, it will be shown here, like U is removed means it's like committed changes. Right? I just made one more file. Now, let's say I want to remove this file 3 only from local repository, or else let's say I want to remove this file 2 only from local repository, but keep it in the working directory. Git rm will remove it both from local directory and working directory and local repository, right? So what you can do, git rm cached. This will help you delete only from the working directory. So file 2. Right, I can see here, remove this file. And at this point, if you see status, changes to be committed. Like we discussed, even though you delete a file or create a file, you should commit the changes. Git commit -m file 2 changes or whatever, right? So done. Now, if you see the status, why is it still showing as file 2 unstaged? Why are we seeing this? We deleted it from local repository, but what is the reason? Why are we seeing this message? Yes, anyone?
Cause it is in repository, right?
It is in the working directory. We did git init in this folder. Means this is git demo, which is being tracked by git. Whatever content, whatever files are present in this folder will be tracked by git. If you remove it from local repository, it's in the working directory, means it's like a new file. So Git will be always saying untracked file, please add it to staging area. Like at the point of when you created the file, it was at the same point now, right? It will be asking us to add and commit. That's the reason you are seeing this message. It will be keep on showing you because it's a local repository. We did Git init here. This Git demo folder, whatever content will be present here, Git will be keep on tracking it. It was removed from staging area and working directory. You don't have it. If you run git ls files, you can see it's no more. But still, Git will be keep on tracking it. Are we clear with this? Now, let's assume, okay, this file 2 is some log file or a text file, right? Or else some documentation, a personal documentation I have taken for relevant to the project. I just want it for my reference. I want to keep it in this folder only, but I don't want to place it in local repos and I don't want Git to track it, track this way. How can I tell Git not to track this? Anyone? How to tell Git not to track some files? Because Git will be keep on tracking it, whatever present in Git demo folder, because it's a local repository, we have initialized Git there. But there could be use cases like log files, executables, or some notes which need not be tracked, but still kept in the same folder. How can I tell Git not to track those?
Git ignore. You can.
There is something like git ignore, right? You can create a file called git ignore. Create a file called .git ignore, right? So here you can put the file name as file2.txt, right? Just put the file name whichever you want to ignore. Okay, place that file. And if you check the status, you will see .git ignore. Means it's not bothered about file2 anymore. Means whichever files you don't want to track, you can place here. Also, while characters are allowed. Let's suppose you want all the files with a log extension to be ignored, right? You can do this. And star.log so that it will be ignored. Right? All the files with the log extension will be ignored. So you have to place those files. And once you place those files, that particular file is no more tracked by Git. But .git ignore is also another file, right? After all, another file like any other file. Add this. Git ignore. Okay. And now if you see the status, changes should be committed. Git commit -am ignore file added. Right? If you see the status, it's a fail. Are we good and got it clear? Understood?
Git ignore, can you brief once again?
Git ignore is like if you want to Git not to track some files present in this, we can use .git ignore. Means, let's say I don't want this file to be tracked, right? You have to put that file name in .git ignore. So if you put the file names in .git ignore, Git will never be tracking this file, even though it's present in this folder. Use cases are like there could be some log files, right? Which you don't want Git to track it, right? But still I want to keep it in the same folder, or else some documentation might be there, which I want to maintain in the same folder, but I don't want Git to track it. So whichever files you don't want Git to track it, you can keep it. See, now it's not showing like untracked file, please add and commit. Earlier it was showing file 2 should be added and tracked, but now it's not considering this file 2. Got it, all of you? A quick
Yes.
confirmation will help me.
Yes, got it.
Right. So that's what is git ignore. You can ignore, you can exclude certain files from tracking using this .git ignore. So now, yeah, you can see them added. Ignore is also part of it. Let us do one more interesting thing now. We can see the commit history using this log. See, by now a bunch of commits were done. Let's suppose we want to revert any commit ID, or revert is like undo. What is meant by undo? What is the dictionary meaning of undo? Yes. What is meant by undo? Create file is created, right? If you undo, file is deleted, right? Or else let's say you have deleted the file. If you undo means file is created, means reversed, right? Whatever happened here will be reversed, isn't it? Similarly, you can undo any particular commit ID. Means let's suppose if you undo here, let's say in this commit you created a file. That file will be gone, like reversing the things. Let's say I will take a commit ID called A. I'm considering it as A8, B1, B7. I can't write all of that. I'm just considering this commit as A. Let's suppose file is created here. You have undo, means revert. There is something called reverting it. Let's say you undo. Whenever you reverted, new commit ID will be created. Let's assume it's B. Here it is deleted. It is deleted, right? So again, you can revert this. It will generate another commit ID C where your file can be created. Means the C will be at the same point as A. Is that correct? Commit IDs might be different, but that's how it's work. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You can revert this way. Git revert this particular commit ID I'm giving, right? So assume this is A commit ID. Now if I revert, B commit ID will be created and whatever changes you have done during the commit ID A will be gone. Am I making sense?
Yes, Pragya.
Right? Whatever changes we have done during this commit A will be reverted. Actually, in this commit, ignore file is added. Let's say what happens now. See, it will ask for some commit message. Like we are using M flag, you could also provide a message here. Ignore file reverted, let's say. Escape colon WQ exclamatory. It's a Vim editor. So it's done. Now, if you see the commit history, see, this is what I'm saying. Commit B is generated. Do you see that? And the file is gone. File is gone means, let's see the status. See, big file 2 is again tracked because ignore file is no more. Got the logic, everyone? It is being ignored by ignore dot git ignore file. But when I remove ignore file, again git is tracking this. Got the logic and the concept of revert?
Yes.
Right? So I have reverted this, commit B is generated. Is this much clear for everyone? If you give confirmation, I'll proceed with the next step.
Yeah, got
Good
it.
to go? Right. So it was ignored and this is commit B. I can revert this B again so that ignore file will be back. Another commit ID C will be generated. Let me show you. Git revert this one. Assume this is commit B as per the diagram. Again, commit message, give some message like revert message. Escape colon WQ exclamatory means this message will be saved. Now, if you see the log, yes. See, this is A, this is B, this is C. Refer to this diagram. This diagram I'm talking about. This is like commit A, commit B, commit C. Again, your file is back. If you run the status, it's no more track. File 2 is no more track because ignore file is back. Understood the logic, everyone?
Yeah.
Understood this? So this is about revert. Revert is about undoing a particular change. You have made some changes, you have committed some changes. If you want to undo them at a particular point, this is what you can do. So that's a revert concept, very helpful in reality if you want to undo any particular changes. There is another interesting concept, similar, a kind of this, but a lot of differences. Can I go ahead? The next part is about reset. Good to proceed?
Yeah.
Right. So if you see again, you have a bunch of commit IDs. Let's suppose, okay, I'm working on this changes from 1 week, and then I realized I don't want a bunch of commits, like first 3 commits I don't want. I want to undo a set of commits. What can I do here? Like how to undo a set of changes? There is something called reset. I'll repeat. Let's say successive 3 commits. Let's say I realize that, okay, changes I have done during the last 3 days are not required anymore. I want to discard them. So you can discard successive commits like top 3, top 4, top 5, latest 5, latest 3 commits, whatever you can do. Discarding them means those commit IDs will be wiped off from the commit history, as well as whatever changes you have done during those commits will be gone. Let me show you. It's about git reset hard head. Head is nothing but a pointer in git, which will point to the topmost commit. Now I will reset this. If I discard top 3, head pointer will be pointing to this commit ID. So let's say I don't want first 3, head till 3. Means successive 3 commit IDs, the latest 3 commit IDs will be wiped off. Means whatever you have done during these commits, changes will also be wiped off. They'll be wiped off from the commit history as well. See here. Those 3 are gone, and head is pointing to this commit if you see, B1B. Do you see that? Let's say I just want to get rid of top 4. I can do that. See, top 4 means head is at 5, 8, right? Let's see. Sorry, top 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4. Head will be at AE, AB. That's where it is.
So
Understood?
here head is what is denoting?
Huh?
Head means
For
here.
top pointer, it's like a pointer which will point the topmost commit in the branch. We did not learn branching concept yet, but just understand it will always point to the topmost commit in the current branch, or else
Okay.
topmost commit in your repo. This is the one. It's like a pointer. And let's say this is another way to reset. Let's say I want to get rid of top 3. I want only this one as a top one. You can also give that commit ID. Right now, if you see, either you can use head till number, or else you can directly give the commit ID where the head points to. Now I just have got only 2 commits. I just cleaned off. This is what is reset. But what is the difference between reset and revert? Are they both same? How different they were? Yes.
Reset means removing the particular commits, and revert means any particular commit we have to remove means we will use this revert.
It's not about just removing the commits. It will also undo the changes in those commits. Both will undo. They will remove, or else they will delete the commit history, means they will delete the particular ID. This is if you want to undo any random commit ID, you can use it. Okay, undo means changes will be done, but the ID will not be removed from a commit history, right? This will discard successive commits, not any random, only successive. Discard means it will remove from the commit history also. Revert will not discard from the commit history. Correct? And every reset will not create a new commit ID. Whereas every time you revert, new commit ID will be created. Right. Also, when you reset, changes gone are gone forever. Whereas in revert, changes gone are not forever. It means you can get them back, right? You can revert the commit ID. You can get the changes back. But with reset, changes gone are gone forever. You should be very careful when using reset. Reset is also called as powerful and destructive command. Because let's say you have wiped off a changes from 1 week, those changes will not be back.
So once we use this reset, we cannot bring it back. Correct? No?
Correct.
Mm.
Like I have discarded all the commits, right? Only 2 commits I have. I cannot get the previous changes back. They are gone forever. See, I cannot get them back. But if you notice in revert, we have used that ID and got the changes back, right? That's the advantage if commit ID is created. Because commit ID is created whenever you are reverting, using that commit ID, you can revert it back, revert the revert or revert the commit ID, whatever you call it. Like that's what we discussed, right? There is a commit A, you reverted it, commit B is generated. You revert this B, see new ID will be generated, but the state of this is same. Like A is same state as, C is same state as A. Correct? This is possible in revert, but this is not possible here because it will not generate a commit ID whenever you reset. The changes gone are gone forever. Changes gone in those commits are gone, even they are wiped off from the history. Whereas in revert, these commits are not wiped off from history. You still have A, B, C if you see. Correct? Got the difference? So which is safe to use? Which should be a regular practice? Which one we should use on regular basis?
Revert is, I think, best.
Revert should be used. Revert is the one which we use regularly. Reset is very rarely used. And beginners are warned about it. And also you can reset your local changes only, not when you have pushed it local. At this point, I would like to remind you, we were still on local. We did not go to remote yet, right? If you recollect with the architectural diagram we discussed yesterday, I think I closed it. Let me open. So you cannot, we were still on local repositories. We did not go to remote yet. Before going to remote, there are a lot many things to learn. We'll proceed with that. Any questions? Are we clear with the reset? Okay. Let me open the presentation. Just to refer our learnings. Just a second. I could not find the PPT. Give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we were talking about yesterday, right? So we were still on this local repo. There are many other things we need to learn here before we proceed to remote. Just always, whenever you are learning it, you have to refer your commands, concepts with this architectural diagram. Right? Good. So that is about reset and the revert differences. And we were talking about git reset hard. There were different types of resets though. Right? Like you have different types of resets. I mean, there is a hard reset, soft reset, mixed reset. We don't use to this extent, but for you to get a clarity, I just want to give you a brief on it. This is just considered like an additional information. You don't need to do hands-on or work for it. I'm giving you a simple brief picture of it because let's say if you come across these concepts and if you learn to explore them, it would be very confusing. This is a bit advanced concept. I'm trying to help you with a simple diagram, even though in case at any point of time, if you want to use it, this diagram will help you work with this reset very easily. Otherwise, it would be very challenging to understand this. So let me simplify this. Like there were different types of resets. Okay, hard reset, soft reset, and mixed reset. Okay, so you can understand them with respect to the working directory, staging area, local repository. Hard reset will remove the changes from everywhere, from working directory, staging area, as well as the local repository. Soft reset will remove the changes from from local repository also. Everywhere it is removed. That's why changes are gone forever. You cannot get them back. Soft reset is you will still have changes here, but they are removed from staging area and local repository. If this is the case, how to get the changes back to local repository if it is still there in if it is removed from local repository and if the changes are present, I should have drawn in a reverse way. Just a second. Changes are gone from local repository, but changes are still there in staging area, working directory. So how to get the changes back to local repository in this case? What do you do to bring the changes from staging area to local repository?
Revert.
Git commit will move the changes from staging area to local repository, isn't it? Yesterday we have learned thoroughly about staging area, local repository, and working directory, right? So when you do git commit, yes, whatever changes are present in the staging area will be committed. That's a soft reset. And if you do mixed reset, changes will be gone from local repository, staging area, but changes will be present in working directory. How to get the changes back from working directory to staging area and to local repository? What you should do?
We can stage the changes and again we
Add
can commit.
and commit. Correct?
Yeah.
So these are the different types of resets you have, and this diagram should simplify those concepts. Even though you don't use it, but if you come across it, this picture will simplify the things. Till now, we have used hard reset. Changes are wiped off from everywhere, so you cannot get them back. Soft reset means command is same. You have to replace that hard with the soft, like git reset, soft flags. That's all. Soft means your changes will be there in the staging area. You can commit them and add it to the local repository. Mixed reset means your changes are there in the working directory. You can add and commit them if you want the changes back. These are the different types of resets, and this diagram should help you analyze the differences. Any questions here? You can try out from your end. I believe you all have set up your Git and all. Start doing the hands-on here. You can try out different resets and let me know if you still have any queries. Any questions in this part from anyone? Yes?
Priti, can you give us all these commands in a single page so it's easy
Yes, Amit. These are available in the Google Drive. You will be getting access to this Google Drive, which I have shown you yesterday as well. Let me take you to
Okay.
this drive.
Can you just pin in the chat box so I can get?
You have this documentation here, git reference and git commands. You have all these commands available. Right? All the commands we are using here. Deleting the file, ignore, revert concept, reset, all of them are available. Branching is for next class, but yeah, all of them are available. And not only this, you can check our website for the hands-on. If you go to this lab exercises, this LMS, go to the GIT assignments, day 1, day 2. Yeah, mixed soft hard resets.
Yeah, got it.
Right, you have here. Under day 2, you have all of this. And have you all done with the Git setup? Have you all installed Git on your systems? And how many of you have started hands-on? Anyone?
Not yet, Preeti. Today, I'm going to install it. If I need some help, I can get back to you, right? On installing
Right.
it. Yeah.
Right. You can use the WhatsApp. You can ping Mr. Raj on this number. He will forward us those queries until we create a separate WhatsApp group. We'll be creating a separate WhatsApp group for registered candidates.
Yeah.
So you
See, the actual classes will begin from tomorrow, right?
we'll confirm you, Swati. In the community, we'll post the updates.
Mm-hmm.
Just join the community. We'll confirm you with the dates, timings. Timing would be the same. We'll confirm you with the dates because it's a holiday tomorrow. Generally, we would continue, but any call taken would be informed because we have a request from people on regarding tomorrow. So we will take a call and we'll let you know.
Okay. No problem.
Right? So I think this is enough for today as we are beginning. Next comes the branching concept, the actual real concept for why Git became so famous. Because of this branching concept, Git has got a great branching strategies which we can implement, which made it very widely used. We will get into these concepts in the next class. I'll share the today's quiz as well. You might not be having access to it until you registered. I'll share the today's quiz also in the Zoom chat. Day 2 quiz. Please go through it, recheck your understanding. I'm sharing it in the Zoom. Ashan, I'll add you. Can you just ping me on this number? Can you ping us on this number, please? We'll add you to the community. Whoever are not added to the community, please reach us on this number, on this WhatsApp number. This also, I'll share it in the Zoom chat. Yeah. Can you just ping there so that we can add you in the community, whoever not there? And have you all received that quiz link? Please go through it, do some hands-on, right? Go through the quiz, go through the recording, do some hands-on, and we'll take it from here in the next session. Any queries, anything else from anyone? We are getting into the advanced concepts as we progress. These are initial days, we are going with a little content. We'll proceed into the in-depth concepts as we progress slowly. Any more queries from anyone? All right then. Thank you all for joining. Have a good day. Bye everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you too, Priti.
Thank you all.
Thank you.